Hey everybody, welcome to the MoneyBru show. My name's Daniël-James. I'm a multimedia design strategist, and today I have a super duper exciting guest. We're talking about money, we're talking about YouTube, we're talking about a card game. For the followers out there who are watching this, you should be excited. Well, James, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you tell the audience and people who are watching, who are you?
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too.
Hey guys, so my name is James and I have a YouTube channel which is RogueDuelist Trade. And as I always say at the beginning of every episode, I help individuals basically look at modern Yu-Gi-Oh product and decide whether or not they should invest in order to profit. So it's kind of an investment channel in modern TCG, which is trading card game content.
Wow,
so,
I love it. So exciting. Like when I heard this, I actually bumped into you in a public place and I was like, what the heck? Like I never knew that you did this, right? Like you're a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Partly, right?
Partly, yeah. So I have a full-time job. I also am in the corporate world and I work in procurement. So focus on IT procurement. And so yeah. Crazy. So, yeah, that's kind of a work of double life and also have a full family, so. Oh
yeah, right. Like it's kind of an interesting concept and I want to dive into a lot of these elements. Now the show format features South African food, as you guys know. MoneyBru stands for buddy, pal, you know, we're talking about money together. We're hanging out, like engaging, and as we go, you get to really just experience a little bit of South Africa. Being on the show, we have Manny actually has already got the predictions in for the guess of the what the brew, which is, do you like soda, coffee, tea, juice, or one of those elements? You guys get to guess. Check it out in the comments, see who's guessing. We'll see at the end of the video if you got it right. You can't guess before you watch the end, obviously. So
are they guessing what's my favorite beverage or Manny's?
Who knows? I guess Manny will tell us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Manny the mannequin, right?
See if he speaks up much.
No, yeah, I don't know. He has his opinions.
Yeah.
But we also get to guess his favorite, either alcoholic or he doesn't have an alcoholic, and it's a non-alcoholic specialty drink. You guys get to throw that in there as well.
Yep.
If you get those, I will do something special for you. We will put your comments on the top. We'll also give you some other freebies that we can on our site. There's like a data analysis on your website or brand or video, whatever you want.
Okay.
So we'll give you the full premium package. So if you get that question, that one's hard.
Okay.
Like I don't think people are gonna guess that because that's such a detailed question too, right?
Yeah, see if you guys can really figure out who I am and what beverages I like based on this conversation.
Exactly.
See if I can make that obvious or not, I don't know.
Who knows, right? So we'll start with our first little treat here. The treat is, we do this thing, it's like yuck to yum, right? So when you try it, one is like, it sucks. It's yuck.
Okay.
Yum is it's 10, you know, like 10 out of 10 you like it, right? Okay. You can be honest. You don't have to like everything, yeah. Some people do, some people don't. So on our list, we have such a cool lineup, but I'm not gonna spoil it. We're gonna jump into this next segment, which is rapid fire.
Okay.
You ready to go?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so for the audience out there, guys, guilty pleasure, one word.
I don't know, chocolate?
Good. Favorite color?
Red.
Restaurant?
Diners.
Activity?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Destination?
UK.
Dream car?
Mustang.
Breakfast or no breakfast?
I like breakfast, I'll say breakfast, even though I intermittent fast and I don't eat breakfast often.
Nice, I like that. Morning or evening person? Or midday?
I get more done in the evening.
Cool. Your next big business goal?
Having multiple streams of revenue.
Oh, I love it. Cool. How many streams do you have now?
Like 3 or 4.
Wow.
I guess if you consider my full-time job, and you know.
That's crazy. I only have 1.
Well,
I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
Yeah, you're gonna teach me about
YouTube channel grows.
That's right.
The things grow quickly. So.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Now let's start with the first taste test here. We have number 1 is this guy right here.
Okay.
And what I'll do is we'll take a spoon each and we'll put it on the rice cake.
Okay.
And you have to give it a try. So this is something I grew up eating every day.
Some type of yeast extract.
On toast. There we go. You got it. Very much like the Australian brand. That
has an interesting smell.
Yeah. There's 2 ways we can do it. The one guest, you have your own spoon, so it's COVID friendly.
Yeah, sure.
In some ways. You can taste it, or you can put it on the rice cake.
I'll just go for it.
Oh, you're a baller. And if you like it, I have
a feeling it's very salty.
If you like it, you can just keep rocking and rolling. I like mine on the rice cake.
Try it. It looks like, I don't know, like toffee or something.
It does, eh? What does it smell like?
I'm not sure. It's stuck on my lip.
You took a big bite.
I kind of like it. It's kind of like a soy sauce.
Oh,
I can taste.
that's so good.
Consistency, nothing like it, but
Okay, yuck to yum.
it's like if caramel and soy sauce had a baby, that would be it. But not sweet at all. Caramel for consistency, soy sauce for taste. I like it actually.
That's cool. So, guess who likes this one? What would you how would you butcher the brand?
Narnite.
All the South Africans out there know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Cool, guys. And then yuck to
The
yum.
aftertaste isn't great.
No, it's not. It lingers, right?
It lingers, yeah. It's not as great as the initial taste, but
No, it's got like that salty taste. What yuck to yum scale for you?
Yuck being a 1 and Yum being a 10, I'd probably give it like a 6.5.
Okay.
I would enjoy that on stuff. I like
toast.
It's very
Toast with
savory.
butter.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. A lot of people do toast and butter. I love toast butter, that stuff, and cheese.
Oh, that sounds great.
Because
that
the cheese brings the balance into
yeah.
the dark flavor. You can find this stuff in Australia. By the way, I got all these ingredients in America.
Oh.
So that is cool. I'll tell you guys where to get the stuff. You can look in the description too. You don't have to, you have to go to some local places, but they're big enough stores that you can get them, like King Soopers, Walmart. Okay, moving to the next question.
Okay.
Let's talk about, actually, I have to do a social plug right here. Guys, like, share, subscribe, check out his channel, the
RogueDuelist Trade.
He's got it, guys. You got to check it out. Subscribe to his as well. Connect with him. And if you guys are fans, I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. Yeah. I also have some private content that I've been releasing on the VIP channel, which I'll explain at the end. So you guys check that out as well. Now, my next question that I want to jump into is like your success story. Like, I believe that what you're doing is so successful because you have such a good brand and market and stuff. How did this all start, and what made you decide to like take this crazy jump, dude?
Yeah, so I'll try to keep it as brief as I can, but kind of highlight all the more important things. So I've been in the corporate world for several years now. I guess if you include everything, like 7-ish years, you know, from going in college, doing internships up till now, and having a family.
Wow.
And I've just gotten to the point where I've just kind of became very dissatisfied with being in the corporate world, because you put so much time and effort just kind of more for a pat on the back or to hopefully climb the corporate ladder. And I just kind of like just had this big distaste in my mouth, you know? And I've my family on both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side, have an entrepreneurial spirit. I don't think I know anybody from like my grandparents or even with my parents that have ever like worked for somebody. So that's always been something that's been innate in me. And I've always loved media. In high school, I was part of TV production, and one of my favorite things was just making videos, you know? And that was something that always stuck with me, and I always thought I would do something in that realm, and I never did. I figured corporate and, you know, make good money and, you know, support a family. So anyways, as time went on and I kind of had that distaste in my mouth, I decided I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh as a hobby. It was something I used to play as a kid, like back in early 2000s with my brothers, and there's a lot of nostalgia tied to that.
Yes.
Waking up every morning with my brothers, watching the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh, and we would go to Books A Million, which is like a bookstore where you could buy trading cards. We'd get the starter decks, and I had my Dark Magician, my brother had his Blue Eyes, and we would just go at it, you know? So my brothers got back into Yu-Gi-Oh kind of just for fun in 2019, in early 2019, maybe late 2018.
Wow, so all of you guys got reignited.
Kind of, yeah. And it was through them that I'm like, oh, I need to go and update my deck, and now we can play each other. So I started buying product, and then I got into looking on YouTube and finding what in the Yu-Gi-Oh space, it's called Yugi-tubers, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube channel, and I started discovering some of these channels of people talking about product and like, hey, Dual Power, this is a great product that you guys should go look at, and here's all the things that are coming in it.
Wow.
And you would watch them open it, and I would get this nostalgia would come back to me of opening packs as a kid.
Yeah.
So then here I am finding myself pre-ordering product on Amazon and having it shipped at my door, and that's where it all starts. And I open it up, I had no idea, I pulled some like $60 card that was pretty good, and I sent it, and it was like the best card in the product. And anyway, so that gets me down this trail.
Yeah. And you know this stuff pretty good.
Yeah.
Because of your childhood.
And I'm relearning it too, because it's changed night and day from early 2000s to now.
Dude, I used to play that game.
Yeah?
I used to have decks of cards.
Yeah.
I got my butt kicked all the time, I remember. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do Dragon Ball Z or like.
Oh, and Dragon Ball Z.
What's that spinning one?
I know what you're talking about.
Beyblade. Yeah, but never got too far down with Yu-Gi-Oh. I used to draw it too. Like I love drawing it, but this is
great.
I gotta keep going on the story because it's so good. Continue.
Yeah, so I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh. So
Wow.
I started finding myself spending more money than I would like, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
buying all these cards. I'm trying to become more competitive. I'm learning like the competitive landscape. There's Yu-Gi YouTubers out there that cover like
Jeez.
how to be competitive. And one example comes to mind is like Simo, who's like a really successful Yu-Gi YouTuber. So in Yu-Gi tubing, the highest probably sub count is roughly like 300, 400,000 subscribers. That's about
Wow.
that's about how big that market has gotten within that realm that I've seen so
there's
far.
still a lot of growth potential, dude.
There's a lot. Yu-Gi-Oh is
Wow.
actually bigger than it's ever been since we were kids. Yeah,
no, you're joking.
it's grown. Like the tournament representation has gone up significantly since
Wow.
we were kids. So that means the game is actually growing, which is weird. You wouldn't think it has.
No, like we had. I mean, we didn't have that much. We didn't have YouTube back then.
No. So it's kind of interesting to see how and honestly.
And online, right? Online games. Did they take it online, Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, well, it's not
It's
sanctioned.
not meant for that, right?
People have made it, but it's
Okay.
not sanctioned by Konami, who makes Yu-Gi-Oh.
So
but
it's fake and
yeah, but you can play it still online. So that happens, and then also. So I'm like a year deep into getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh, and there's this distaste in my mouth of being in the corporate world has just gotten stronger and stronger and stronger to the
Yeah.
point where I'm like, I have to do something.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a lot of extra capital to go in and like make property investments or something like that. And I just started thinking, what can I do? And I watched this video, and there's this one channel I would follow called House of Champs, and this guy would kind of do market watches for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so cards that are going up and down in value because it's a collectible. And
Dang.
collector's market is a real thing. If you guys have seen Pokemon right now, a first edition Charizard's like $250,000. So
Oh my
yeah, so it's a
gosh.
real market. There's big investors getting into trading cards now because
Wow.
there's a lot of potential money in it just because it's all nostalgia.
So you anywhere from $1 to like these crazy thousands.
Oh yeah, and those are
Wow.
cards that were printed like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, like if you can get them in
originals.
pristine condition,
Yeah.
there can be some crazy money. So
wow.
So I watched this guy, House of
Crazy.
Champs, and he's talking about this product that's coming out and ratios. Ratios are really important because every single time you open up a pack, it's how often are you going to pull the money card? You know, there's money cards in a set. You know, there might
So
be
calculations and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, for every 5 cases of product you open, you might pull like one of this card per case, and that card is worth $100, and you pay so much money to get a case. So
Jeez.
he did a ratio video of how many of the money cards that you would pull, and I realized I started doing calculations. I'm like, okay, based on these ratios, based on what the cards are worth, like I could easily double my investment if I were to have bought into this product, and I didn't because I didn't know anything about buying into product.
Dang.
So that got me into like, okay, I can make a side business out of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like that's what I'll do.
And I can calculate it. And
Exactly, and
So
it's
you're good
something-
with math then.
Yeah, I am, which is why I'm in procurement. Procurement is very focused on negotiations with vendors. I'll negotiate cost models for IT, for software and stuff like that. So it's very innate in me to have that kind of analytical side in terms of looking at numbers and stuff like that. So
That's insane. So all of this stuff is just lining up so cool. Like
it's just, it's all lined up. So through that, I decided, okay, I'm gonna buy product, and when I buy, and I'm gonna try to flip that product. I'm gonna open it up, and then I'm gonna open up my own store on a website called tcgplayer. It's kind of like an eBay for trading cards.
Yeah, and was YouTube in the back of your mind?
Well, I figured, I'm like, if I'm gonna open up cases of product or a lot of product, I might as well record myself doing it, and because people like that type of stuff, and I can put that on YouTube, and maybe I can make another stream of revenue through YouTube. And from doing that, I realized, I'm like, well, I'd love to find a content creator that could tell me why I should or should not invest in a product. And I couldn't find it.
No way.
So I was, there's people like House of Champs. And
so it's a niche that you found.
It's a niche that like some people covered, but that wasn't their main focus.
That's cool.
And when I discovered that, and I couldn't find it, because with Yu-Gi-Oh, you have to pre-order product 3 months ahead of time. And if you don't do it, you're not going to be able to get it. Konami prints product based on what pre-orders come into distributors.
Yeah.
So if you don't get your pre-order in, you're going to be paying top dollar down the road because it gets more expensive if you don't pre-order it.
So you educate people so much. Even you going back in this conversation, it's like you said property, you didn't have money, capital to start property. And I think a lot of people have those issues. And it's like, if you're watching this, just realize the path that you can go down, right?
There's many.
Is many, but you're focused on one thing. You found a niche.
Yep.
You broke through, and you're breaking through, and if you think about it, the stuff you're doing is just as technical as property management.
Yeah,
Even more
is.
so in
It
some
is.
ways.
It's a business.
Because you're dealing with a variable market that could be one card for some reason or other could just be insane amounts of money.
Yeah,
So,
and I take it
I'm
seriously.
gonna make you the next thing.
Okay, go for it.
The next is a drink, and we're gonna go right into it. If you want to add anything to that story, I think that's been a great help for the viewers to
Should
see.
I try this first? Or?
You can. This is just the lemonade. It's pretty common in America, and then everyone should know what this is too. This is a cool South African drink. It's called a rock shandy, and you can get it at the restaurants. Super fun drink. The best part about it is this guy over here. You can get this in America as well.
Okay,
and
I did not expect this.
check it out how cool this is too.
What is this? Is this like a hot sauce?
No. So
I
this
thought
is
it was when I looked at it before.
this is kind of a cool one. Look at how it like drops down and it changes color.
Yeah.
Australians also drink this. It's kind of funny.
It's got an interesting smell.
It's amazing how
Smells like almost like a cola type of smell, but
Yeah.
not. Like almost like cinnamony. I don't know.
Well, the previous guest also did this, but you can try a spoonful of this, and it's quite the taste, dude. So let me do mine. How much do you want?
Yeah, maybe a little more.
Okay, if you don't like cinnamon, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's good.
Okay, Nostravi, let's go.
Interesting. I mean, it's very cinnamony.
It's got that like fireball taste.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's red in color for those of you who are listening, and it's kind of spicy too. The drink itself tastes way better.
Yeah, this is actually very good. I can see why people would drink this.
Are you cinnamon? You don't like cinnamon?
I like cinnamon. I'm not like a big like cinnamon gum fan, you know.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but I enjoy this. This is really good.
And I don't like those cinnamon shots, dude. Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Yeah.
people do that. The Yuck to Yum on this one.
Oh, I'd probably put this at like a 7.5, 8. Yeah, it's very
7.5, 8.
very enjoyable.
Nice. Okay.
I
I
want to
love
try to
that.
give 10 to everything.
And then Yuck to Yum on just the straight.
on straight, I mean, it tastes like it's concentrated, like you're not meant to have it straight. So I mean, maybe like a 6 or something like that. Like I
Perfect.
enjoy it.
Well,
I like the flavor.
He's generous. He'd be a great judge on Idols because like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10
6.
out of
6
10.
is good.
Yeah.
I had some guests like really slash some of them.
Really?
But it's fun. It's fun. Next segment is one of my favorites.
Okay.
I say a South African slang phrase that has a principle behind it. You have to say it in English.
Okay.
And translate it.
All
Okay.
right, oh my gosh, this is in Yu-Gi-Oh. There's so many weird cards with weird names, and I always butcher it. So I'll try my best.
Okay, here we go. A boer maak 'n plan.
Say that again.
A boer maak 'n plan.
A boer maak 'n plan. Did I say it relatively close? I don't know.
You said it close. Yeah.
Okay.
And what is your English translation if you would give it one?
Oh, I have to translate it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was just repeating it. Is it like is it something that is like somewhat vulgar?
No, it's
Okay,
all clean.
okay,
The whole
okay,
show is
okay.
clean.
I don't want to because like I don't know. It sounds like a bull marker. I'm not sure.
Wow, like not too far off. So it means a farmer makes a plan.
Oh,
And in South Africa, we have a lot of Dutch farmers.
okay.
So it's like saying, I don't know if there's a saying like this in the United States, but farmers are always good at making a plan,
Yeah. Okay.
right? So like if something goes wrong, they know how to make a plan. So it's a cool saying.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the principle. In that principle, have you seen yourself use that in your career and your business? And
Oh, like being able to make a plan.
like something went wrong and now it's like I had to make a plan.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of like in the
okay.
space of YouTube, like an issue that could happen. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess like in one thing is I have a partnership, which I could talk in more detail, with a really big name within the Yu-Gi-Oh space in vending.
Sure.
And we have a Patreon where people basically subscribe and we get people product at wholesale rates. But anyways, long story short,
We'll put that in the description. You guys check it out there.
yeah, if you guys are interested in buying Yu-Gi-Oh product at wholesale
Yeah.
and you want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh vending,
or your kids or whatever, yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
But we were charging people through PayPal, which takes a pretty large percentage, and we had a random company just kind of starting to sell product lower than us, which completely defeats the purpose. If you're paying for a subscription to get wholesale rates, and you have somebody suddenly like,
Charging.
we're thinking, how are they possibly even doing this? Because we have the margins so tight.
Yes.
So what we figured is like, well, if we can cut out PayPal, which is taking a large percentage every time
Yes.
you're making a transaction. Because every case costs about like $600+.
Wow,
so
that's a lot though,
so like a 4% or something like that on that is
huge.
Makes a big jump. So
Yeah.
we found a way to be able to cut that out. So that was something I started talking about with my partner. It's like, okay, let's see if we can cut this out. And we called a whole bunch of different vendors or different people in that space that have solutions for like ACH payments and stuff. And now we found a solution that's like $25 a month, and then it's like a 15-cent transaction fee. So it's like huge. So now we can cut costs down for our end consumer and get them product even cheaper than we could before. So it's like when a problem arises, you can actually turn it into something to where it's like we can make our product even better. You know,
That's so good.
I don't know.
I love
we
that.
had to figure that out really quick. So
yeah, I mean, I used to have, I don't know if it told you, I had an e-commerce store. I used to have an e-commerce store on eBay, and I used to use crypto to buy stuff and sell stuff.
interesting.
But after this, I need to talk to you and tell you a secret, like that I used to get more margin, because I would have the same issue where people would try and undercut me. And I sat and I was like, I gotta figure this out. And eventually I found a technique that'll add to the technique you're already using, and that we won't tell your competitors, because so you guys can know that, but they can't know what we're gonna tell you. And also it's good to be local in the US too, right? I'm sure that makes a big difference. But remind me to tell you guys, that there might be a section that James and I do where we just share a bunch of other secrets and just ask each other questions, and that will be part of like a VIP section. And then also James can use it on you can use it on your channel however you want to use it, if you do use it. Otherwise I'll edit for you.
Sure.
Moving on, like we need to try the next thing here. This is a fun one. This is called Biltong. The brand is not Biltong, but it's a South African delicacy, beef jerky.
Okay.
A beef jerky guy, if not.
I like jerky.
Yeah. So grab a little bit, put on your plate. The best thing about this is it's preservative free. The way we make beef jerky, we don't cook it. We actually preserve it with special, like, you can grab as much as you want.
I guess I'm gonna take a little more.
We preserve it with a bunch of brown, red wine vinegar, salt, pepper, coriander.
Okay.
And this is the original flavor. You can actually get that at Walmart, guys.
Wow.
It's crazy. Okay. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Not as chewy as beef jerky.
I like it.
When I make it very, like, if you put it in the light, you can see that.
You make it yourself?
Not this one, but
Yeah,
I do.
no, I know,
yeah.
you can.
Yeah, for
You
our
do.
family. If you put it to the light, look at how red it is inside.
Yeah, wow.
With beef jerky, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, it's like so, yeah.
Yeah. It's literally stores in my country where you have racks and racks of different options, and like imagine walking into like a German factory, like German like meat.
Yeah, I like this a lot. It's really good.
Dude.
I actually like it better than regular jerky.
Cyclists use it to regenerate after doing a long trip. In Estes Park, they have a beef jerky store that has Biltong.
It
as
does
well.
it like this? Wow.
Yeah. This is in Colorado.
So I thought you were saying Biltong. So this isn't tongue. Okay.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
From
Wow.
from Yuck to Yum.
I don't know. Probably like
Yeah.
8.5 or something. It's really good.
I love it. Cool.
Really
Brew.
like it.
Nice. Okay. What does it taste like to you?
Well, it tastes like jerky, but just the texture is a bit different.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's more focused on the meat than like having some type of added like soy flavors and stuff like that. Like I like it a lot.
Or spice or hickory, yeah.
I like
Cool.
it.
Good
More
description.
pure.
This is a fun one. Okay, favorite book. Do you read? Actually, that's what I should ask you. Do you listen or do you?
I'm more of a listener, but
Perfect.
I mean, I try to read, but you know,
Okay.
I never commit. That's my worst thing.
Excellent. I'm trying to do this so that we don't butcher someone. Okay, we'll say this. The question is favorite book and why, and then I followed up with worst book. The book that you would wipe your child's butt with. But instead of that, we could say favorite like inspirational person on YouTube, and then like non-favorite.
Okay, I'll take that. That's better for me.
Yeah.
Okay, most inspirational.
Well, no, just your favorite, like the person you get the most from, you think, on YouTube.
that I get the most? Well, maybe I'll go within my space of Yu-Gi-Oh because that's where I glean from the most and where I do my own channel. So I would say maybe top 2 and for 2 different reasons. Maybe 3, I'll give 3. I would say they're all top for different types of content depending on what the content is. So, oh yeah, this is tough. Now I'm thinking it's like top 4. So I would say there's a guy called Team Samurai X1.
Okay.
I really like that guy because he's one of the biggest Yu-Gi tubers. He's got over 300,000 subscribers.
Nice.
2, he does a very good job making his content extremely entertaining.
Cool.
And 3, he talks about things that are very competitive and like like he talks about competing and stuff. Number 2 would probably be House of Champs.
Okay.
And again, not necessarily a particular order. And that guy, because 1, he got me into doing my channel because he talks about investing in a different perspective.
Crazy.
And his content's always very good. He does a really good job doing his homework. And 3 is a gentleman called RogueDuelist, who actually has multiple channels. And the reason why I really like him is because his content is like his quality is you would really enjoy. It's top notch. Like the guy
spends hours.
Hours. Like it is
no.
the best in terms of quality within the Yu-Gi-Oh space. The guy's like redefining.
How many subs does he have?
You know, it's funny. He actually like just started, and within a matter of like a couple of weeks, I'm pretty sure he went from 0 subscribers to like close to 20,000, like overnight nearly.
Just
because of his content was just like nothing
Wow.
anybody's seen before in Yu-Gi-Oh.
It blows my mind because I've learned this now from watching other YouTubers is that quality isn't that important on YouTube for 2 reasons. Quantity can be a very powerful game on YouTube. I'm learning, I think. I don't know, would you agree with that? Like, I think quantity, like you could put out more content and do well. Like if you're putting out 3 like a week or more, how many do you put out a week?
I try, so within my
week.
main channel, I do about 2 a week.
That's amazing.
2 a week. I used to do 3 and I made it 2.
So I'm learning about kind of the, the differences with content and like time, like how long, how short, actually how long and how, how many are you producing a day and things like that?
Yeah, so I make 2 videos a day.
Cool.
I used to do 3, but juggling a full-time job and family, it just wasn't feasible.
No way, yeah.
But the content that I do, I do a risk analysis, so I have metrics that I've developed, and I basically score a product or a product that's coming out. So, like for example, some metrics I have is based on like how much collectability does the product have, how competitive are some cards in the product. Cool. They kind of decide like whether or not the demand is going to be high for some of the cards in there. So that's kind of one thing that I do. So because it's very in-depth, it usually ranges like rarely 10 minutes up to like 22 minutes or something like that per video.
It's a sweet spot,
But sometimes I'll make videos that are not about a product per se, but maybe like vendor tips. Like if you're getting into vending in Yu-Gi-Oh, here's some tips that you might want to look at.
So like, that's crazy that some of your audience is also looking to do it themselves. What I wanted to go back because I know the one guy you were telling me about produces content. That kind of leads me to the next segment here. I was going to ask you, what does your schedule look like? Work-life balance? How do you manage that?
Yeah, that's something I've been recently trying to get better at. So, because I'm working a full-time job at home with my corporate job. So what's been really helpful for me, because I've been finding myself getting very stressed and just trying to manage it all. So yeah, I literally went on Craigslist or I think Facebook Marketplace, and I got a whiteboard. Cool. So I just got this whiteboard. I found the most difficult thing for me is scheduling out my content and knowing what I'm gonna even be talking about next week.
Got it.
And eliminating that stress has been like you have no idea. It's been so much better knowing like what I'm gonna be covering because I can prepare sooner.
Mentally, and Manny's face dropped.
I know his face dropped. I tried to fix it, but
it's okay.
But yeah, so I have this whiteboard, and I'll try to schedule several weeks out of what videos I'm planning on doing. And sometimes I have to be very flexible because it all depends on like how much information I have by a certain time, so I can cover more of a product or something. So
totally good tips. So
I get videos out every Tuesday and Friday. So I try to record Monday, the day before. So basically the day before, Monday and Thursday.
Nice. Which of those two are the bigger days?
It really depends. It depends.
It could be either one.
Yeah, so like it depends on what video I'm covering, and I usually try to plan out my videos based on like, okay, I'm gonna know 90% of the cards coming out of this product by X time.
Excellent.
So I might throw a very in-depth video on a Tuesday or the Friday, depending on when I'll have the information.
And that's a good tip for you guys too. Like, it just shows you, even if you have a job, my strongest belief too is, you know, if you do have a job, work with the job that you have, because you're making that income, right? These are crazy times for people, and income is important. Feeding your family is important.
Yeah.
You can always work nights and evenings and mornings if you're a morning person.
You gotta grind.
And you've done it. You have kids. Like, this is inspirational to me as well. You gotta grind. I believe in that too. Like, if you work hard, it's an old saying, but I still believe working hard is the best way to go. I also believe in the 4-hour work week, but I think that's after like 5 years, 10 years, where you've really figured it out. If you can figure it out faster than that, it's amazing, but it doesn't come overnight.
Yeah,
no
and
way.
and the end goal is eventually having streams of income that almost work for themselves. Like, you're putting your money in places that work for you, and that's the end goal. And right now, I'm really just trying to get enough added money coming in that I can use and put in places to where the money's going to work for me. So that's the goal. I'm not there yet. Right now, I'm trying to build up that extra revenue and money streams so I can do that.
And the other thing I found is that usually my biggest breakthrough is when I'm the most tired, even with sales. When I'm the most tired, but I've been working all week and I know I need to keep pushing. When I push over that barrier, the next big deal is right there.
That's a really good way to go.
Yeah, I've never thought about it like that either. And watching you, I'm prepping as well to kind of work harder and more because of things are happening family-wise. Yeah. But it really is that way. Like, you will be surprised. I believe there's also like, okay, so there's a video you guys can go check out on the VIP page. It's the 11 untold secrets that your marketing team and agency would never tell you. And one of the topics I talk about is like frequency. When you work hard, there's a certain level of frequency that follows that. Nothing weird or spiritual or anything like that. There's a principle behind working hard. And when that frequency is unlocked, you're almost in a flow. Yeah. And that's where you want to be. You don't want to be outside of that flow and outside of your schedule. Probably same with kids. Anywho, this is a South African hot sauce. Okay. So here we go. Not the worst. You can try it on the spoon or on it's up to you.
I'll try it on this.
Cool.
I'll go for it.
I love it. No, it won't. It's not. Okay, this is the hot version of it.
If I like ate this entire thing, am I gonna like suffer?
I'll do it with you.
Okay.
If you eat the whole thing, you won't. It's got a really cool African chili in it called the African bird's eye chili. Okay. Straight from South Africa. This franchise is doing so well in America actually now. Really? They're in Chicago. How would you pronounce this?
In a butchered way?
Yeah.
Mandos? is that good enough?
It's good enough. Okay, here we go. Cheers, James.
Cheers. Wow, that's really good.
It's got a very interesting taste.
Yeah.
Well, how would you describe it?
It's kind of like a mixture of, it's kind of got a Tabasco taste, but it's a thicker consistency and it's more, I don't know, I like like there's little bits of seed and stuff in there from the chili. Yeah. I don't know, it's hard to say. It's unique. It's a unique hot sauce. It reminds me of Tabasco, but like 10 times better. I like it a lot.
This goes really well with certain foods. Which foods would you think it would go? I know. Obviously,
I'd put that on a lot of things.
Chicken, dude, grilled chicken.
I feel like chicken, even if marinated in that and some on afterwards, it would be really good.
Try and guess what restaurant type this is.
Restaurant?
Yeah, this is a restaurant chain that made this sauce, and they're in America. Oh. You can buy this at King Soopers at the.
This is a restaurant I would know.
Not yet. They're growing. They're in Chicago. They're in New York and stuff. Sponsor us if you ever watch this.
It's a South African
restaurant. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, what is it?
This is a Portuguese.
They
do chicken.
So it's a South African sauce with Portuguese. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So lots of Portuguese people ended up in South Africa because of trades and stuff. People used to travel and they would stop in South Africa to get like spice and food. Otherwise, they would get scurvy because the trip is too long to get to India. Yeah. Now we have the trade route, which is there's like a gap in Africa which you can just take. Anyway, let's move on. I need to go to the next question.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see. Okay, this is a really fun one. Would you rather eat drink a cup of monkey gland sauce or eat 10 South African trout pies? Or 5 South African trout pies.
I'm sorry, what was the first thing even? Monkey gland sauce. What is that? Is it made with monkey glands?
I'll tell you afterwards. And then 5 trout pies.
I mean, just from the word monkey glands, like, and if that has anything to do with the actual sauce, I'd probably go with the trout pies.
I'm gonna make it harder because the same guest did the other one, okay? They also did the trout pies. Okay, would you rather eat a Mopani worm or have a glass of monkey gland? You can still choose monkey gland. The trout pies is too easy. Everyone chooses that one.
Oh my gosh. So a worm?
Yeah.
Or monkey glands?
And then I'll explain what it sounds like. Monkey gland sauce. It's only like this much. It's like one sip.
Oh my gosh. I guess, I don't know, the idea of eating a worm does sound pretty disgusting. I guess I would go with the monkey gland sauce.
Perfect. Bear Grylls actually eats a Mopani worm. They're freaking that thick.
The worm?
And it's this long.
Holy moly.
But
there's no way. There's no way I would eat that thing.
It's like 3
There's
centimeters.
a few things in life I wouldn't eat. That's one of
It's
them.
white, it's 3 centimeters. Maybe I'll show it up on the screen. When you bite into it, it just pops, dude. It's so gross.
Oh my gosh. This is a South African thing?
It's actually very full of protein. African tribes.
I'm sure. I'll get my protein elsewhere.
South African tribes will eat it for like strength and stuff.
Okay.
They'll fry it.
For strength. It's like eating the heart of a bull or something.
They do fry them sometimes and put filling in.
I mean, I guess if it was fried, I'd maybe try. I don't know, but
And I hope I'm getting it right. I know the Mopani worm is a thick one.
so is it actually monkey glands?
Okay, so it's
Is it
not,
like,
it's
is it
not
like
actual monkey
pureed
glands.
monkey glands? Okay.
I was gonna joke with you. The last guest, I told them it is like a big orangutan monkey like me, and it's got these big glands. You know those orangutans have those glands.
Are you serious? That's it?
They milk the glands.
They milk it? Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. You can milk that while it's alive, or do they kill it? Are you joking?
You're killing me with the questions, dude. Like, I don't even know the technical aspects of it.
Oh my gosh, what kind of operation is this?
Welcome to Africa, dude.
Oh my god. Milking an orangutan gland.
Yeah.
Were you joking, or is that really what happened?
So all you Americans, be thankful that you're in America, because
Oh
there's
my gosh.
jobs in South Africa that you do not want. South Africa is Africa Light, like, you know, Coors Light.
Yeah.
It's the light beer, like it's
Okay.
easing into Africa.
Okay.
The rest of Africa gets worse, so.
Okay.
No, it's not actual monkey glands.
Okay.
It's just a sauce name.
Oh, so it's not. You're not
yeah.
actually
You
milking
would have
glands.
just drank like barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Holy moly.
Moving on, we're doing the next Moving on, we're doing the next segment, the 2-minute data grind. This is a fun one for you guys at the home as well. I'm gonna do a data analysis with James live.
I'm used to doing that type of stuff.
Yeah, so James might kick my butt.
I don't know. He'll see.
And yeah, we'll jump right into it, and then you guys can do it at home as well. There's a link in the description. When you do this campaign, it's pretty much the same as what we're doing, but there's a follow-up meeting, or there's a report that comes with it, and that video I mentioned before. So it's kind of fun. This is my little, like, I'm building an audience and helping people engage and stuff, kind of in what I'm good at. But now that I've heard that you're a math whiz,
I don't know. I'm not a math whiz. I use Excel to the
Cool.
highest degree for math. I can think of how I want it to formulate. But
Yeah.
Anyways, keep going.
Okay, so let's jump right in. I'm gonna grab my laptop so we can do this segment. The website is daniel-jamesmedia.com/gift.
Okay.
Okay, and pretty much what happens here is my audience and you get to choose. You can watch this video, it explains this, how this works. But if you want to skip ahead, just click claim gift because, okay, cool.
Okay.
So you hit allow location. This kind of helps us know where you're at in the world. And you pretty much get to do the spin and win. This is a sponsor, actually. Thank you so much, Easy Deals, for giving us this. They build these integrations. We build the website, they build the integrations. They have these coupon plans for businesses, for giveaways. They do really well. They're all over the world. They've worked with Ace Hardware, Burger King, a few other big companies and small companies.
Okay.
So thank you so much. They gave us all this product for free.
Sweet.
So usually I think it's like $200 a month.
Okay.
And then you get a digital business card as well. So I'm just paying the bills right now. They're such a great sponsor. I used to even work for their company. But what comes with the sponsorship or with their program is you get these digital business cards. It's also pandemic friendly. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, if you've lived through 2020, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You just scan the card, and then what ends up happening is, if it'll load for us.
Oh wow.
My business card is on my phone.
That's really cool.
I don't have to carry like 1,000 cards,
Wow,
right?
yeah.
So for those of you, if you can see that, and then you just add it as a contact, save to your phone.
Cool. Wow.
Done. So those are two things that come with the programs.
Wow.
I have the premium program because obviously we're sponsored, but let's jump into this data grind.
Okay.
So
Let's
kind
do
of
it.
my coffee grinder, as I would call it. Let's see how high you get, James.
I don't know what I'm expecting here, but I guess we'll find out.
Oh, 150. I should have rigged it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
150. So I won $150.
So you win $150 worth of value.
Okay.
And so that's you're gonna get from us. We're gonna invest time with you. We'll put information in here. You hit I agree terms, and then you can schedule your free strategy session with us. But once you've scheduled that, you'll still receive that 11. Let's say you don't want to do the meeting or you're busy, you still can watch the 11 Untold Secrets. It's actually an hour long video. I share some insane things that I've never shared anywhere else. It's super powerful. It's kind of all the principles that I'm leveraging within my business right now and only giving to people that are committed, much like your Patreon people.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, let's talk about it. So you got $150 worth of value. That gives me enough to do a report analysis, and you can choose, and we'll venture outside of YouTube for this one.
Okay.
Choose your favorite YouTuber and we'll analyze their website.
Outside of.
Within YouTube, but we're going to analyze their website instead of their channel.
Oh, I see.
So
So their website.
Yeah.
I guess I know Team Samurai has a website.
Cool. Team Samurai. So let's do it.
Team Samurai X1.
Oh, cool. I think I've heard of these guys. Maybe.
There he is.
Okay, you probably know about all the YouTube secret things like Keyword Planner and Social Blade, right? But
Not really. No.
Okay.
I know you, TubeBuddy. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, like that. type
yeah,
of stuff.
TubeBuddy's cool. But okay, then I'll show you Social Blade real quick. So Social Blade, there's two tools I'm using today: Social Blade, and then I'm using SEMrush. You heard of that one?
No.
SEMrush is also not a partner; they're just an affiliate. So just so that you guys know, we do get a kickback if you do use SEMrush. No obligations though. This is what I use for my web clients. Website clients get reports, competitor reports from me every month through SEMrush and through my Google Data Studio. Wow. It's an amazingly powerful tool. So like Google Data Studio, let's go in here. I'll show you some cool stuff. But first, let's take Samurai and let's take a look at their channel. I think it's Team Samurai X1. Coolio. So Social Blade is a free tool to everyone. It's kind of cool. I just like it to see how much people are making in AdSense.
There you go.
I'm new to YouTube, so I'm learning. They make 9K a month on average.
Wow.
5 to 9K a month. So some of the videos, some months they may be lower. They make 110K a year.
Wow. That's crazy.
So that's the potential for you.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I mean, he's at the highest realm, so I mean, that's...
Yeah. And if you, okay, like let me give you an example of Dude Perfect. They're killing it. This is how I decided to make this a very interesting format. Hot Ones, have you heard of Hot Ones too? So Dude Perfect, they make an insane amount of money. Look at this. Sometimes 9.2 million a year.
Wow. I mean, I'd be happy at the low end too. At
I know.
576. That's crazy.
What's crazy about them too is like, if you look at Mr. Beast, it's the same. He makes like insane amounts. That way he can give so much away. Let's take Team Samurai's website. Let's quickly do an analysis on them. It looks like they're
TSX1, I think that's
what a cool short domain. First, I'm going to jump into how I would improve this website.
Okay.
Now, take it with a grain of salt. Everyone can add to a website and things like that. I'm not guaranteeing stuff. Also, we're not financial advisors.
Yep.
Take all of this with a grain of salt.
Yep.
Okay. Website is amazing, very simple. The pop-up is very easy to use, very easy to navigate. I'm quickly going to check what platform they're using. Oh, they don't allow us to look into their code.
Oh.
They are good.
Cyber secure.
Look at this. So, guys, that is an extremely good example of what you should do as well. I'm actually going to use that on my stuff. So this is great. Like, it allows them so that you can't look at their code, you can't inspect it. I'm sure there's a workaround, but that's great. If I could look at their code, I can tell you what platform, I can tell you what tools they're using on their website. I can take it and say, okay, this is the shipping software. This is the...
Are you serious? That in depth, huh?
That in depth. And so it's literally, I call it the reverse marketing strategy. And what that means is you're taking someone who's already successful, reverse engineering what they've done, applying it to your stuff and then improving it. So Otherwise, site's very cool. I mean, it's geared to Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's very basic for what you need. I take it they're selling cards.
Those are playmats.
Oh, mats. Okay, cool. So that's their product.
Yep, and he also has card sleeves.
Okay, card sleeves. Cool.
Very simple.
And you can sign in. So I'm very curious to what their back end would look like. Let's take a look at their shop. Something I will mention here is for SEO purposes, you would get stuck with very little text. Having better keywords within your site, maybe even a description at least.
Interesting.
And then but adding 10 to 20 good keywords. Let's see when we Google them, they come up probably right on top. Yep, they do. Their domain is super powerful, guys. Please always use a .com or a .org. Unless you're a cryptocurrency, use .io.
Okay. All
these secrets, right? Don't use something too arbitrary. Their Facebook comes up, so they're ranking really well. They get about 1,800 results just from their keyword. Keywords Everywhere is a paid tool. You pay $10 for this, and it shows us the volume per month. They get 160 searches per month. To take it even further, watch. I'm going to take the website. I'm going to put it in my platform. And it's going to spit out how much they get on their website traffic.
Wow.
They get 1,400 people on their site every month. They don't do any paid traffic. That means they're not paying for traffic.
Wow. So he probably uses this platform to market his website most. That makes sense.
Yeah, probably uses YouTube as well.
He mentions it a good amount.
2,000 videos. That's crazy. So yeah, they're just doing very, very well. Let me just open this one. Let's take a look at some other things.
94%
ads. This is how they make money, guys.
Company culture is important to an organization.
What we just showed you before is pretty much the AdSense from this. It's time to duel. Oh, I remember that so well. Okay. Yeah, and as I go through these, I'll get better over the years. But something you can look at as well is what backlinks do they have? Who else is talking about them? So if you're growing a website, remember that you need to have other websites pointing back to you, like other blogs.
Okay.
Blogs have really good SEO, and maybe if they have a blog or a case study, they have a frequently asked questions. That will have a lot of keywords.
Oh, interesting.
So they have, that's just about their ordering. So this is just a sales website, which is fine.
Yeah.
It does what it needs to do. Very basic, very simple. They have a Halloween sale going on. Looks just like their products. There was a pop-up, which I did like, with a $5 discount. So they have a quick view. I do like, it's on Squarespace. This explains a lot. So Squarespace is a very interesting platform, guys. I was wondering what platform. If you design on Squarespace, it's for two people. People who don't want to spend a lot of time, quick and easy, simple, fast, get it done. But the problem is you're locked into Squarespace's formats and stuff.
I see.
Very limited, you can't code, you can't do a lot of stuff.
Assuming that's Square, like the e-commerce, the like payment Square. Is it the same company?
They're not affiliated, actually.
Oh, okay.
So Squarespace is, as far as I know, they're not affiliated. Squarespace, unless they merged, I don't know. They're just a website building platform. It's for the easiest people, like people who really hate building sites.
Yeah. Like
it's gonna be just good enough. Like it's gonna be, like yes, there's another Squarespace website. And when you see them, you'll understand Forest Production. I don't want to go too deep into this, actually. Let me move forward. Forest Production Company. Let me not go there.
Okay.
So Squarespace, other good platforms I love. WordPress, if you have designers, you can outsource. Wix is blowing up right now. Yep. You spoke about WooCommerce to me before this conversation.
Yep, WooCommerce.
And then Shopify is insane, dude.
Yeah, that one, it's kind of the premium for what I understood.
Yeah, the connections they bring along with it are really good.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot on Shopify's platform. Those are all the suggestions I could make for this site.
Okay.
I would go deeper, but like I said, I don't want to butcher things, and I also don't want to go over the top. They get a lot of traffic from France, Australia, UK, Canada, US.
Yep, like I mentioned, it's about the market for Yu-Gi-Oh.
For sure. This is great little information. Yeah, their top keywords are all these. Hero. This one is an interesting one.
Elemental Hero playmat. That's one of their biggest ones. That's like one of the most nostalgic archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Fantastic. So, yeah. Wow, interesting. Main competitors, or what they think is their competitors: Viper mats, .brazil.
Interesting.
I think it's .brazil. So yeah, this is fun, you know. You can take this and kind of play with it and figure it out. I'm a big data nerd.
Yeah, no, I love this type of stuff. That's really cool. So
Yeah.
this is free?
This-
Social Blade?
No, Social
Oh, this
Bla-
is not Social Blade.
Social Blade's free. SEM Rush is $99 a month.
Okay.
We're on the $200 plan because it allows us to look at the best pages.
And that's mostly for your marketing business, so you can help
Website.
consult.
Yeah,
Right.
I also can write blogs out of this.
Wow.
So they have like a blog tool that will show me what other topics have been written about. So if you did a Yu-Gi-Oh blog, which I suggest you do, you could take a look at what other blogs are there, and then you could compare and take the best ones and say, I'm going to make a better one.
Interesting.
And long form blogs usually do really well. So like you want to be over like 2,000, I think it's words.
Now the reason why is for search engine optimization? Oh,
Yeah. And
interesting.
keep your blog very, there's a freaking amazing resource you guys gotta check out. I can't remember their names right now, but I'll put it in the description. If you look at our blog, we use their formula because they get over $100,000 from their blog
Wow.
a month.
Wow.
So then,
For a blog only. That's crazy.
yeah, they know what they're talking about. So extra revenue stream, this will be a good one for you. The reason why blogs can do really well is some people just like to learn and read. And there's 3 things I do on the blog, which is just put it in bold on some of the headlines, make it interesting, underline things, keep it simple, add videos. I do have AdSense activated on my blog.
Okay, so you can make some added
Ad
revenue
revenue.
through that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and I even say no sponsored content, paying the bills. But I literally took their format and applied it to my stuff. How they underline things, how they space things, where they put pictures. So I put pictures every now and again just to keep you engaged.
Interesting.
I try and put memes for my content.
Huh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and so this will show up for your audience eventually. And actually, this blog has it naturally grows, so it's cheaper marketing. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that. Moving on, guys. So there you have it. That's the 2-minute data grind. I probably went over 2 minutes. And I'm gonna jump into the last fun little piece here with James, and that is the part that we spoke about at the beginning. Manny, you guys get to guess. So Manny, we gotta hear it from you, buddy. What's your guess? Yeah, let's see who got it. Let's see who got it in the comments. My guess is you ordered a black coffee. So I think you like coffee. Your alcoholic drink. What kind of type? Maybe you're a non-alcoholic guy, but maybe you're not. I think you're a non-alcoholic guy. So it could be like a non-alcoholic drink. I may be wrong.
Do you want me to tell you or no?
Manny, thanks for the results. It's a crazy time right now.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, you get to open it and reveal
I
it.
get to open
Yeah.
my own responses? Okay. So, which one shall I show you first?
The drink, the first one.
The one that you said coffee?
Yeah.
So, coffee. So you got one.
Nice.
All right, so the second one, I am not the biggest alcoholic drinker, but I do on occasion. So I'm not like not drinking it, but
Whiskey. Second guest for whiskey.
Whiskey.
Got
yeah.
it. Those of you who guessed whiskey. Whiskey, what do you drink with the whiskey?
I just drink it plain. I'm a very purist, you know. I drink my coffee black,
Yes.
whiskey straight.
You're gonna live long.
Yeah.
Just because of that. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you to our sponsors. And don't forget to check more content out. We'll be releasing them as they come. You can like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Everyone talks about it on YouTube. This really does help us. And
Helps the YouTube algorithm.
there we go.
Yeah, helps the YouTube algorithm if you like and subscribe. So.
There we go. From a YouTuber who you have 4,000 subs.
Yep, over 4,000. So
there you go,
grow
guys.
about 500 to 700 subs a month.
That's the MoneyBru Show. Catch you guys on the next episode. Adios. Check all the resources in the description. If you have questions, let us know. We'll be responding as soon as we can. Thank you, guys. Thanks, James.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. Thanks for having me. This was
pleasure.
fun. It was fun. And thanks for all the free food and tastings. That was probably the highlight.
Exactly. Oh, man, thank you. Yeah, that's it.
See you guys.
Nostalgia.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya.